Hello. So I am back again for my moon cycle check-in. I am so sorry, guys. I really am attempting to do these check-ins, I guess on the bi-weekly basis or every 2 weeks based off the moon cycles. I have been slacking, and I'm so sorry. And I'm also sorry because I'm supposed to be doing these videos weekly, but I've really been focusing on this life coaching, energy healing, quantum healing, hypnotherapy business that I'm getting off the ground, and these collaborations and all of the regular life things that go on, along with my ascension symptoms, which I'm going to mention in this video tonight, since I am here and back again to do my moon cycle check-in. So, I think the last time we did a check-in, it was for the full moon in Aquarius. So I'm going to do my check-in tonight for the new moon in Leo, also known as the Lionsgate portal. The following full moon in Aquarius, because remember, we had 2 full moon in Aquarius this year, which is such a rarity, a beautiful rarity. And then our most recent new moon in Virgo. So I'm not sure, for those of you who follow these moon cycles, the moon cycles for new moons and full moons, but the new moon in Leo was the August 8th, again, Lionsgate portal, specifically bringing in a higher level, stronger levels of cosmic energy, light source energies, light source emissions, and things of that nature. So for those of you, again, in this community who are following these portal openings and being impacted really by this solar energy from the galactic sun, but then also, of course, from the lunar energy from the moon. I'm sure you guys know about that, and I'll again touch on that in terms of this check-in. And then we had the full moon, the second full moon in Aquarius, August 22nd. And then again, this most recent new moon in Virgo, my season. I am a Virgo. Today's my birthday. Yay, happy birthday, Devyn. The new moon in Virgo was September 7th. So yes, I'm going to keep it brief though, because for those of you guys who are keeping up with these check-ins with me, you'll know I go through a lot in terms of the energies that I experience, and really the actual engagements, interactions, and relationship experiences that are in alignment with these moon cycles. They be heavy. And again, if y'all have been following me, y'all know I'm impacted physically at an energetic level and at a physical level. But really, I be going through it in my relationships, and not just romantic relationships, but really just relationships in general throughout my whole life. Because as you know, for those of us who understand energy and are really on this journey, you are in relationship with everything in your life. Not just people, but every living thing, everything in your life. Every dynamic in your life is a relationship. And it's all centered and origined with the relationship you have with yourself and for yourself. So as you heal, grow, and shift, transform in your relationship with yourself, that is reflected and mirrored to you in all of your external relationships with people, and again, dynamics and situations in your life. So without further ado, let's jump into the new moon in Leo from August 8th. So, I don't know about y'all, but this new moon in Leo did a total doozy on me. So this is my first, I'll say technically my second year dealing with cosmic energies and solar lunar energies, because I have the awareness and consciousness now, because again, for those of you who following me, know that I experienced my spiritual awakening, or the big one that really woke me up and shifted me, shook me, woke up this consciousness so that I see the world clearly, opened up and blossomed this third eye last year. And so like ever since then, it's just been like kind of a roller coaster and just kind of a lot. But every time there's this portal opening, you know, in alignment with, or in conjunction with, as they say, I guess, in astrological terms, it's always super, super, like, heavy. Like, well, for me. And I'm not sure if any of you guys experience this, so of course, please feel free to comment. Again, like, subscribe, but really, like, comment and let me know, can y'all relate to the physical experiences or relationship experiences or even day-to-day basis stuff that I'm going to touch on. So this new moon in Leo opened a new portal. The portal was really about refining, really going within, doing that inward reflection, and allowing yourself to heal, really do the shadow work and bring in more light, transmuting the shadow, the darkness, the parts of yourselves really that you don't love or that you don't have clarity around, the things that you want for your life, for your soul growth. Because again, like, these are lifetimes that we're living. This is just one lifetime. And so, and it was really about taking in these sun neutrinos, this light source energy that is making us lighter and less dense human beings, because human beings are divine light beings. We're really meant to hold life, especially as melanated beings. And so this Lionsgate portal gave us the opportunity to really be able to harness the additional energy that the cosmos was giving us to really harness and empower, amplify our own energy, amplify the way we work with our own personal body energy, our own personal mental and spiritual energies, and emotional body energies, right? And so for me, it was just like waves of emotions moving through me, processing it. I am, again, into Reiki. I do the Reiki energy healing, the quantum healing, the yoga, the working out, and all of those things. And so this new moon in Leo, taking in all of these neutrinos, I don't know if y'all felt it, but I felt it. And I was tired, but when I'd be outside, I could just feel myself just getting blasted with energy. And it didn't feel like the regular, like, neutrinos that I take in from, like, our regular sun or our sun, but it felt like I was getting energy from somewhere, some other source outside the Earth peripheral, like, out in space, or however you want to describe it. But I could just feel it coming into me, making me so tingly, lightheaded a lot of times. I mean, my third eye and my crown chakra pulsating regularly. Probably maybe like 2 or 3 days before, probably like even really like 5 days before, all the way up to like 3 days after that August 8th portal date. And then so another thing that I was experiencing around that time is that all my relationships, like my relationship with my parents, and then like with my friends, and then even the romantic relationships or counterpart relationships, were going through upheaval, if that's how you want to describe it. But I was being pushed to really assert my boundaries and push outside of my own comfort zone. And it was like the energy was physically pushing me, but then like my emotions and like this power, like this inward power that I had inside of me. I'm Aries rising. Actually, I have a lot in Aries. But it was all like internally and energetically and physically, like being pushed and pressurized. And I was being forced to really stand in what I was feeling, my emotions, my thoughts, the things I had been getting clarity on through these last few cycles and these relationship transitions. And I just was like, okay, I'm not having it. So anybody who was pressing me or really pushing on these boundaries that I've been really trying to heal and really assert so that I'm not operating as passive and codependent, man, I was in these situations where it was just like, okay, Devyn, what are you going to do? Are you going to, assert the boundary and stand in your own power? Or are you really going to keep it to yourself and feel like it's sucking? You know, you really should say something because you don't like this and it doesn't feel good. You don't feel respected. You don't feel honored. Are you going to be scared that if you stand in that power and speak up for yourself, that the relationship's going to go to shit, or the person's going to blow up and be like, oh, I don't want to talk to you anymore. Like, what are you going to do? And so I was in these situations with family and friends and, like I said, romantic counterparts where it was just like, okay, speak up or don't speak up. And the work that I've been doing, I just couldn't let myself down. So whenever I was in the situation, I would try my hardest. Because the one thing that's good, too, about the portal and the positive energy, it's light energy. It's benevolent energy, right? So it's meant to enhance and amplify your self-love and amplify your light source, the light within you. Because, again, we're light beings, light bodies. So we hold light, we emit light. And light diffuses and transforms darkness, right? Especially if it's divine, pure light. And so it's meant to empower you. And so this portal was giving me this push, this pressurized push, but it wasn't like a bad push. It was like a good push that was also supportive of my throat chakra, the crown chakra, all your higher chakras, especially the heart chakra. I mean, this Lionsgate portal was crazy for the heart chakra expansion, healing and expansion of love, higher heart energy and lower heart energy, but higher heart energy really tied specifically to the crown chakra and third eye and your soul star chakra. Which is really all your God essence, all the higher consciousness, cosmic knowledge essence tied to that heart chakra experience. And so I was able to assert myself and stand in my power the best way I could through communication and like not feel guilty about it. And like this year I've been doing that a lot and I feel really good because it's kind of reversed. Like before I would stand in my power, but it was very confrontational and ego based. But since my ego's pretty much dead, I've really been trying to work on responding with assertiveness, but still from a place of love, not just for myself, but also like for other people, right? Because I can explain to you that I don't like you when you say things to me like that or talk to me like that or assert that towards me because it makes me feel like this, and because I feel like this, it makes me respond to you or engage with you like this, which hurts you, and I don't want to hurt you, and I don't want to feel like I have a reason to do that. So can we compromise and work it out? And then if they're not trying to compromise, it's like, okay, well then kick rocks. So like, again, this new moon in Leo like took it up a whole notch for me. So then moving from that, of course, new moons too are about setting intention and really being, again, clear on your goals. So I set my intentions, but my intentions were very much aligned with and in line with the intentions that I've been setting for like the new moons prior. So I don't feel like my intentions were too far off or different than what they had been previously. And I think that they're really in alignment with, again, what I want about myself to be more empowered or show up differently, and what I want to accomplish in terms of fulfilling my purpose and completing my mission with the impact that I have on the world and this work that I do, even having this channel, right? And sharing this divine cosmic knowledge with you all. So my new moon intentions are usually pretty much the same. I like add one or two here and there. So I won't go too much over that. But if anyone has any really dope, really cool, impactful, or really prominent intentions that they've been setting or affirmations that you've been utilizing along with the intentions you've been setting, I would love for you to drop that in the comments so that I can read, because this is supposed to be relationship building in terms of me doing these check-ins. I'm like, I want to learn about my subscribers. I want to learn about the people who are watching the videos, because we're supposed to learn from each other. So I would love that. So moving on to this next full moon in Aquarius, it was more purging, more releasing. So the last video I did on releasing was emotional, but it was very like tangibly, physically based releasing, or like filtered through to the tangible physical, I guess, release. That this full moon in Aquarius for me was less of that. I spent a lot more time alone, or more so, I would say, isolated in a way. Really doing inward reflecting, really trying to heal my heart, open my heart. I've been saying these affirmations because I can feel in my body again the energy, and feel that my body hasn't been happy with me in terms of having a closed heart chakra, closed heart space, because of the relationship stuff that I've been dealing with. Well, the romantic relationship stuff specifically I've been dealing with. And so I've been having to say these affirmations and remind myself that I'm safe to love, and that I'm safe to have an open heart to love, but more importantly, safe to receive love and give love. I've never had issues with giving love because I have a tendency to overgive and be codependent. For me, it was more so about the understanding that I haven't been able to receive love, and that I sabotage myself even from receiving love in relationships, not even just with romantic counterparts, but even friendships or other relationships too, out of fear of abandonment, fear of being misunderstood, and all of those things. And if anyone can relate to any of that, again, please feel free to drop that in the comments or let me know, because it's nice to know, when we're not alone. But yeah, so that being said, I spent more of the time alone because there's so much energy that didn't even have an explanation, a description. I couldn't even put words to the emotions or the feelings that were being surfaced and purged. But it was a lot of energetic and emotional chaos leading up to that full moon in Aquarius, and then around that time and maybe a couple days after, again, a lot of purging. So shifts and moodiness kind of, but just a lot of crying, because I'm a crier. I cry when I'm happy, cry when I'm sad. I cry when I'm like overwhelmed with like abundance and joy. I cry when I'm happy for other people. I cry when my feelings are hurt for other people. I cry when my heart's broken. I cry when I'm angry. I do a lot of crying. I'm a crier. And I can't help it. Kinda can't help it because I am a Cancer moon. And for anyone who knows about Cancers and Cancer moons in particularly, seeing as the moon is the energetic space of emotions, the moon rules the emotions. Y'all know we can do a lot of crying, and if we don't do a lot of crying, we do a lot of being emo, being in our thoughts and emotions. But yeah, crying. Anywho, so I digress. But yeah, so it was a lot of crying, a lot of journaling, and really being intentional about trying to figure out, like, what is this that I'm releasing or what needs to be released. And I think that even when I couldn't pinpoint specifically for this full moon Aquarius, because I tried really hard to be very intentional, because I do full moon rituals, and I always try to be very specific about what I'm releasing. I think for this one, it might have been like for all of the parts of me and parts of my shadow or parts of my emotional body and being that I am unconscious of. I want help and assistance with purging and releasing that. Whatever parts are blocking me from being able to attract the love and the divine counterpart, the partner with whom I'll be able to have a family with, whatever's blocking me from being able to attract that, because maybe my heart's still too closed. I like help with being able to release that. But then also too, I asked for help around releasing my fears in every aspect of my life, whether it's my career growth, maybe fear of achievements and really achieving all I think I want. Because for me, and I don't know if anyone else can relate to this, but the unconscious aspects of me are and were the parts that like aren't secure and aren't confident and don't feel loved, valid. And so whereas like in my normal day-to-day energy, I have the tendency to show up very, very strong and like dominant in ways, almost to a flaw. I'm very vulnerable and sensitive, at a subconscious and unconscious state. And so my feelings be hurt and I don't even know I'm hurt. Or maybe I'm actually insecure and I'm not as brave as I actually think that I am. And then I'm in these situations where I know I want this, but every time I get close to getting it, I push it away, even unconsciously. And so this full moon in Aquarius was really great for me in terms of releasing those blockages, because I actually feel different. And my relationships have reflected so much difference, like the communication, the compromise, the partnership, me being able to see that person's point of view and feeling safer and more supported. Like, I've had people in my life who I thought would never be as supportive as they've been recently, being super supportive. And I think it's because of what shifted in me and me being able to release, past baggages and things like that allow them to shift and heal too. And the law of attraction is so real. Like, if you believe that people will change and things can be different for you, then people show up differently. They have no choice, because that's how the energy presents, and that's what you're magnetizing. And so I encourage and push anyone to really become very serious and take it very serious, the law of attraction, the law of abundance, very, very serious, and to take the law of manifestation very, very seriously, because where your energy goes or is directed is where it grows and where you have things show up. And then lastly, I'm just going to touch really quickly on this new moon in Virgo. So again, I am a Virgo, and this new moon in Virgo is really so oriented around, now that you've done this release and you have these intentions that you've been focused on, really refining them, but really going within and really understanding how those intentions and what you've decided to change, what you know is shifted so drastically, but that you're certain of, how that pertains to and shows up in your day-to-day life, right? Virgo's about daily routines, getting the job done, the task master, right? The go-to person, the analytical, mind, logic oriented, but yet put it into action, very divine masculine energy oriented, zodiac sign energy. And so this new moon in Virgo is very much in alignment and reflectory of that, well, in general for me especially. And so I really, really was confident going in this new moon in Virgo, and I could feel this boost, this rush of energy within me, that made me feel like this surge of energy that made me feel really confident, really good about the day-to-day tasks that I want to implement, these day-to-day changes that I want to implement, that I'm going to implement, that I am implementing. And so I did my affirmations, my I am affirmations specifically, especially for this new moon. And I made it very practical, very, very real, because Virgo is about practicality. What can you actually afford to do, or what do you have the energy to do, versus what do you have to put on the back burner or, get rid of altogether, because it's about that mindfulness. And so I am in that energy, and I've honestly been in that energy since. I've been working out regularly, getting you back out here again. A little packs coming back in here. Just kidding. Okay, no, but seriously. So I started working out again, and I'm back on my routine. I'm eating better again. And like I said, I was really looking forward to my birthday, and everyone that I loved made it so special for me, so I was so grateful for that. But I'm really in that energy, that Virgo energy, and I really know what my plan for the most part is, and I have so much grace for myself in terms of if I don't meet the day-to-day tasks. But because I have the overall long-term goals, my short-term goals broken down now, and then the way it unfolds or shows up on the day-to-day basis, it's scheduled and kind of laid out for me, I really feel really good, and I've already started being successful and feeling really good and confident in that. And so I encourage each and every one of you really to utilize the energy and understand what each of these energies with these moon cycles really bring, so that you can harness it for yourself, right? And integrate it with your own personal energy and whatever you're going through at a soul level, energetic level. Yeah, because that's what it's here for. It's to help you grow and help you learn and understand more about yourself, but really to amplify anything you're trying to do, to understand and become a better version of yourself. So that's going to be it for my check-in. I appreciate you all being here for me. If any of this resonates with you, or if you have any tips or any insight as to what's been going on with you that you want to share with me, because again, I'd love to learn from you. This is a community that I'm trying to build. Drop it in the comments, and I'll see you back here next time. Take care.